What's happening, YouTube? You guys came through again. My man Eric, you're on your JOB, homie. Not only with your selection of music, but your idea for a video, and quite a few videos maybe. Eric suggested I talk a little bit about Pitbulls and what it is, you know, Pitbulls are to me, and etc. So I thought I'd give you my Pitbull history. When I was 17 or 18, no, I had to be 18. It was my senior year in high school. I turned 18 the beginning of my senior year. So I was 18 years old all the way through my senior year, which was kind of cool because I could just leave school when I felt like it, write my own fucking note. Anyway. But at this time of my life, I was still in a foster home in South City because I was still in high school. The state was still forking over support for me until I graduated from high school, even though I was 18. That's kind of a gray area because normally at 18 you're cut off. And thanks to fucking Ronald Reagan, he took away foster children funding all the way through junior college. They would carry you for 2 more years. They wouldn't do 4, but they'd do 2. If you were in a JC, they'd keep paying your foster parents, and Reagan got rid of that. And he got rid of the old folks home. The insane asylums back in the day, the mental institutions, mental hospitals. He got rid of them. Dumped all those people on the street. What a fucking piece of shit. Fuck Reagan. Anyway, I'm sorry. Ooh, calm down, Johnny. Get back on the Pitbulls. All right, so anyway, senior year in high school, still in the foster homes. I ran in a crowd from Bruno. That's San Bruno, and I lived in South San Francisco, right next door at the time. I used to live in Bruno, moved to South City, so I had a bunch of friends in Bruno. So anyway, this friend of mine, Bob Harris, he had 2 pits, 2 Amstaffs, American Staffordshire Terriers, 85-pound dogs. Male and a female, and they had a litter. I got one of his puppies. I was a dumbass kid. First thing I did was cut his fucking ears off and throw him in the backyard and forgot about him. I was a dickhead. I was a kid. I was 18 years old. I was ignorant, stupid, didn't know anything about owning a pet. But live and learn. I had to move out of that foster home, couldn't take the dog with me. My brother James helped find him a home. Turns out, I heard through the grapevine, the home that he went to, dude fought that dog, supposedly. Sorry. I can't even hardly say shit like that without it tearing me up when it comes to my dogs. Anyway, so that was my introduction. And back in those days, to have a pit bull was all about image. It was about a tough guy and a tough dog. This was 1980. Back then, there were no pit bulls on t-shirts. There were no blankets with pit bulls on them. There was none of that shit back then. They were like, you know, a quiet. It was an underground thing. Yeah, a lot of people fought pit bulls back in forever because they're assholes, but it was underground. It wasn't until they became fashionable, you know. You think about all of the shit you see on music videos, on television, about knuckleheads and their pit bulls being a fucking tough guy and the dogs are mean and this and that, and it's such a fucking ignorant thing. And I was wrapped up in it for sure because I was just as ignorant. I was 18 years old. I was a fucking stupid ass kid. That was the first one. My second pity would have been late 90s, living next door to Billy Holmes. Oh shit, there's a little side story for you. Billy Holmes. This buddy of mine, Billy, next door neighbor, he used to like to talk a lot about his sexual exploits, right? About how he was a rock star in the sack and all this shit. I remember one time we went to the county fair and Billy was kind of cat that would go commando, if you know what I mean. And I saw these two chicks staring at his crotch, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I look over and sure enough, you could see Billy's bulge or whatever, right? I'm sorry to be so graphic, but these chicks were eyeballing him. I'm like, what the fuck? Did Billy pee himself or whatever? And they were giggling and pointing, and I said, Billy, you're a porn star. And he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I go, look at these chicks. And I embarrassed him. It was funny, right? It was what it was all about. But I nicknamed him Billy Holmes, like John Holmes, the porn star from way back. Anyway, that's a side note. So I was living next door to Billy Holmes, and I got my second pity. First one was Samson, this one was Dylan, right? I even had knucklehead names, right? Samson, like, you know, with the long hair, and Dylan, like, short for Dillinger, right? A fucking dickhead. Chopped his ears off, too, like a dickhead. But I had to give up that dog to Billy Holmes' girlfriend's kids because I had to move out of that spot, couldn't take him with me. And it's a good thing, too, because I just dumped him in the backyard like an asshole, too. A fucking idiot. It wasn't until Kimba did I learn what it meant to have the privilege to share my life with a little dog. So anyway, that was pity number 2. And then comes Kimba. Sunny, my ex-wifey, she reached out to me the very end of 2011 and shot me a photo of little Kimba when she was this retarded looking, cute as a bug puppy. And all I had was this photo and said, hey, see if you can find this dog a home. And I was showing it around the tattoo shop because at this time I was hanging there, no work. And fell in love with that photo, man. I asked Tattoo Dave, I was like, dog, man, can I, what do you think if I brought this puppy home? He was like, dude, fuck, that'd be great. I go, you sure? Yeah. And changed my life. Saved my life. Because when I moved to where I'm at now and climbed inside of a Jameson bottle, the only responsibility to the real world I had was caring for that dog. And if I didn't have that, I don't know where I'd be. Honestly, I don't know. It'd have been really easy to fuck myself off all the way. But my little doggy kept that from happening. So, there's nothing that burns in me like paying it back to them. I can't stress it enough just how important this is to me. It's all I think about. It's all I want to do. I mean, all of my materialistic possessions will be liquidated, and I will buy dog food and build shelters with that money for dogs. That's what I want for my future, is to give it away to the doggies and to establish the means to take care of dogs after I'm dead. Like I keep saying, a legacy, right? Like these fucking rich people want their name plastered on the side of Rockefeller Plaza. Fuck off. Arrogance. Anyway, me, I just want somebody taking care of my babies when I'm dead and to pass that on and pass that on in my name, right? I mean, think about that. If you had any sort of passion for something in your life and it would continue after you were gone, does that not mean something to you, or am I just fucking whack? I don't know. I know. I think I do know. There are about this many out there that feel the way I do, but most people would be laughing at me like, oh, this dude, he lost his fucking mind. He don't know what the fuck he's talking about. I'll take that Cadillac. I'll take those monster boxes. Well, you can take all that shit. Give me the fucking money and you can have it. You can have the Cadillac. You can have the silver. You can have a lot more. We got all kinds of shit I can sell you. Because that shit don't bring me happiness. I know what makes me smile. She's laying right there. So, my little Pitbull story, I used to be an asshole. I never fought a dog, never. I didn't have the stomach for seeing an animal be hurt. But I was a knucklehead. It was about the cool factor. It had nothing to do with the animal. It had everything to do with me. Stupid, right? I learned. You know, and a lot of people don't understand the breed itself. You know, when I was talking to you about the person I read to, they didn't know shit about pit bulls, and I had to educate them on that too. I had to tell them what a nanny dog is. You know, in England, Staffordshire Terriers, the little itty bitty pit bulls, you know, 30, 40, like Kimba size. Not the big 80, 90 pound dogs, but the little ones. They were left in charge of small children, you know. Parents are both fucking working in the fields, whatever, you know, and the little ones are, you know, toddling around, and whether it's to protect that kid against another critter or a stranger danger or whatever, those little pit bulls protect those children. They never hurt them. That's not in their nature. You guys have no idea what a loving breed pit bulls are and what a bad rap they got. It's just fucking clueless. But I'm sure if you watch my videos, you see, even when Mama and Mama Dog and Kimba play fight, you know, you see them banging around in those videos. Tails are wagging. They're not biting each other. That's normal behavior for a couple of pit bulls to be clowning. Just like two little boys playing in the dirt, throwing dirt clods at each other. It's the same thing. They're such a loving breed. You're clueless. You have no idea. And you have no idea how smart and compassionate and sensitive they are. I raise my voice. You see her come over to see if I'm okay. And if I get caught up crying on some shit, oh my God, Kimba's over licking my face. Right? It ain't for the salt in my tears. It's to make Daddy feel better. You got to see it for yourself. I'll try to catch it one day. You'll see. It's magic what these little critters do. You know? Kimba has been in my bed. I have spent more clock hours side by side with this dog than I have any human on the planet, including my mother. Because by the age of 5, I was in the foster home. So we were pretty solid from 0 to 5, and then it was fucking bouncing back and forth. Well, Kimba's been in my bed and in my life nonstop for coming up on 9 years. Nobody's got that track record with me. Just saying. You know? Sad but true. And I'm good with it. You know? I'm smiling because it doesn't bother me. You know? Yeah, I'm a little lonely. Go watch my fucking tattoo video and stay to the end of that motherfucker if you want that story. You know, maybe that's what I ought to do. Poke you motherfuckers at other videos. Here, go look at this one. Go look at that one. Anyway. Yeah. My little doggies mean everything. You know, And they've been in my life since I was 18 years old. I made a lot of mistakes in life, including mistakes with my doggies, right? I was ignorant. I'll never chop the ears off of another dog. What the fuck for? That's for me. That ain't fucking, that doesn't help them any, you know? Make them look meaner and tougher, right? And the people that say, oh, you know, it's a purebred dog and up. Really? You gonna go show your dog? And once again, that's for you and your fucking ego. Look at my dog. That ain't for the dog. You know, it's like your kids. Do you drag your kids to football and ballet for them or for you? Are you vicariously living through your children? Are you loving and supporting them because they're passionate about something, right? Same thing for the critters. You know, is your dog a family member or is it a fucking pet? See, for me, I don't own a pet. I have a couple of daughters in my house. That's what my pit bulls are to me. They're my daughters. I say it all the time, my girls, because that's what they are. Crazy dog man, whatever. Crazy cat ladies, they're out there too. Anyway, I think you get my point, my passion for my doggies. Thank you, Eric, for the idea. It was important. And I'll be making some more of these, for sure. Educating people about pit bulls and the misunderstandings what people have about these breeds. Man, if I had the chance to have somebody that had a fear of dogs, of any kind of dog, I could get you over it in a day. I know I could. Baby steps. You just sit there and watch what my dogs do with me. You'd fall in love. You'd be licking my dog before you left. Anyway, I hope I entertained you, maybe touched your heart a little bit, gave you a little insight as to what makes this motherfucker tick, right? Once again, thank you very much. Much love and appreciation. And as always, do me a favor, like, subscribe, and share, and comment down below. And kiss your babies. Have a great day.